This whole idea of the wall was anything behind it was I felt safe. Anything in front of it terrified me. This whole idea of low and higher functioning autism, I think that I was lower functioning autism during the first few years of my life. It was like a crisis stage of autism. I was actually not very verbal, although I could speak, but my pronunciation of words was very poor. I would have elocution lessons because I couldn't say words like the, that. I couldn't actually put my tongue in between words to actually say that. Now, having autism, Asperger's, whatever it was playing on my emotions. It was almost as though something was tearing away at me mentally. I would not have been able to understand what was going on. I would have probably wanted to have shut my eyes. Of course I couldn't. Blocked my ears. Whatever was it was like sensory overload. It's the only way I could explain it. Another reason bullies picked on me was probably for the other condition, ADHD. I couldn't sit still. I was fascinated by sounds, movements, colours. When I say fascinated, I'm not sure fascination is quite the correct wording. It was a strange world, a strange environment. I was very, very well aware, felt very, very self-conscious. Just imagine that somehow the means of taking information is really amplified. So I'm not actually looking just the camera. I'm looking at all the trees, I'm looking at the hills in the direction. Now here's the interesting thought. What is actually my brain taking in? My brain is probably taking in my unconscious things that I can't see, not consciously see it too. So there's a tremendous amount of information coming in all the time. And I think the major challenge for people on the autistic spectrum, particularly those with Asperger's, have great difficulty in filtering all this information. That's why it's very easy for me to digress and talk about something completely different. I was just thinking what I would tell my younger self all about Asperger's. And I think most probably number one is not to be afraid, not to fear opening his mouth, saying what he thought, rather than bottling it up inside him. I've got when I see young people who've got Asperger's, they could be in their teens, they could be in their 20s. I often sense amongst their challenges is actually expressing themselves like they really want to.
The amazing Laurence Mitchell!
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. One of the other things I would actually say to my younger self is there are things that you do that you will not be aware of why you do them. They are who you are. Don't fear them. I think fearing how we are means that he would feel that his self-esteem was very, very poor. He would have no self-esteem. And it's this fear which will drive us in whatever direction we wish to go, whether we want to succeed or we want to fail. So if I am just choosing this tree, just to show you how you can, branches can actually be stronger than you think. Let's hope so. And I can even do I could have carried on doing that, but this is how I really like to exercise. It makes me feel like one with nature.